Well, hello everyone, this is Wilson Cole and I'm president of Backdoor Hiring Solutions, and of course we are the creators of Backdoor Hires, which is software that finds backdoor hires. And we did a webinar recently and I wanted to do a quick recap of the top 9 excuses for the ones that just weren't able to make it. I still recommend that you see the video to go through the webinar, because the webinar goes into detail on what you can do and things that you can do to hopefully get it collected on your own. But the 9 top excuses are out of my book. And by the way, if you go to backdoorhires.com and click on free book, we'll send it to you free. Just cover the shipping on it. But the 9 excuses that I went into in excruciating detail on what you can do to avoid them or get them collected once you hear it, I want to give you a quick recap just in case you missed that. And that is the number 1 that we hear is we already knew of the candidate. Well, knowing the candidate, knowing they're looking for a job are 2 very different things. Another one is we already had the client's resume. Well, you're going to want to dig a little bit deeper. If the candidate had sent over the resume 2 weeks before you had presented them and they were setting up a job interview, that's one thing. If they had presented the resume to them 4 years ago and they had absolutely no idea, that's another. Another one that we hear, and this is so easy to fix, is we didn't sign the agreement. There are some years that we did not sign an agreement becomes the number 1 excuse. It goes from number 3 to number 2, and a lot of times number 1 pretty regularly. So another one that we hear is we paid another recruiter. And I have said it for decades that, if they paid another recruiter, chances are they probably owe both of you guys, because they have a fiduciary duty to track those candidates better. And our very own Samantha Vincent helped our forwarding attorney in Indiana write the appellate decision, where there's an appellate court case where they had agreed with our premise that both candidates were owed a fee. So there is now some appellate court decisions that kind of back that up in the state of Indiana. And then we hired the candidate, but he didn't last 90 days. This one is very common, when you have the fall off, and that's why you want to have on the backside of your agreement what happens if the candidate falls off. Kind of look at it as a prenuptial. Hopefully everything works out. But if things go terribly bad, how are we going to navigate those difficult waters? The other thing is the candidate contacted us on our own. Now, that one always cracks me up. And here we're starting to get into the excuses that, in my opinion, are not as much of an excuse as a exposure of character. I can understand, even though I may disagree with it, we paid another recruiter, we already had them. But when you start hearing them use some of these next excuses, it instantly tells you that you're probably dealing with somebody that may not have had any intention on paying you from the beginning. But the candidate reached out to us on their own. And then the other one that I always love, which is right smack dab into that character category, is we did not hire them as an employee. We hired them as a consultant. And we're actually now even seeing this expand. A lot of people have noticed, well, gee, we're losing that argument, and there's tons of case law. So they're now setting up LLCs and setting them up as their own company or as their distributors, or they're farming them out to another company. So just kind of keep that in mind. Another one is we hired them for another position. Unless your agreement is position specific, and most recruiters that I deal with, it's a general agreement. If you present somebody and they hire them in any capacity, a fee is owed. And then the next one is, yes, we hired them, but the other candidate didn't last as long as we thought they should, so we are going to take them as a credit. There again, depending on how your agreement is written, what the position was, that one can be a little tricky, but we get a lot of them collected. But those are the 9 excuses. I do suggest that you go out, and if you, like I said, if you want the book, go over to backdoorhires.com. You'll see on the website, for a free book, click here, and I think you can get charged $5 or $6 or whatever it is for shipping and handling, but we'll get it to you. But I do recommend that you keep your eye out for some of the webinars that we're doing over at backdoorhires.com. And also, I would certainly watch the 9 top excuses for backdoor hires, because not only am I going to go through that webinar on what those excuses are, but I'll kind of go through some case history on how we were able to get it resolved ourselves. Thank you. Hey guys, it's Wilson again, and this video was brought to you by Backdoor Hiring Solutions. And if you like the content, make sure that you click the like button, and also if you want to receive additional videos, then please make sure to subscribe to our channel. If you'd like to learn more about our software, please visit our website at backdoorhires.com. And then also, if you'd like a copy of my free book, The Top 9 Excuses, please click in the video notes below, and there's a link where you can get this book absolutely free. Just simply pay for shipping and handling. Thank you.